great power comes great responsibility.
Swinging through your town like your neighborhood Spider-Man.
Beats in my head that I always wanted to work with, and he turned these over in his due time into lovely songs.
No. Look, to be honest, one of them I had problems with. That was super first.
Yeah.
I just didn't like the way it was coming out until I changed the flows.
And then, somewhere along the lines, he had started making beats on his own and giving them to me. And for some reason, I'm like, nah, not that one. But those beats got added on later. So the reason that when you say, all right, you want to interview me about my album, you got to understand that it's not a Juice Age with the Fifth album. I express that to everyone. This is a Juice Age with the Fifth and Stanley Ipkiss album. Like,
so Comic Cons is a group and not a concept?
In my head, yeah. In my head, it's a group starring me and Stan. He's not just the producer, he's the orchestrator of the mood. He's the orchestrator of the tempo. I would never do Sage with the Fifth, go listen to Plead the Fifth. I would never pick beats this slow. I would never pick beats this fast. Right? I pick a certain type of beat. He's the one that said, nah, this is what we're gonna do, and you're gonna rap to this tempo. So it's a definite collaborative effort.
So then your superhero.
This is a Gnarls Barkley album from Juice Age with the Fifth and Stanley Ipkiss.
So what makes you a superhero is you could be a chameleon. And you could change your style based on the production that you're given.
Like in the last segment, when he says he does, why do everything that's already out there, why see to this structure? I did the same thing with the rhymes. Like I hear you talking, like I want to be a trap rhymer, like Stan's heard to have a verse of me doing a trap rhyme, I can do it. If I want to be a thug rhymer, I can do it. If I want to be a conscious rhymer, know my history, go pick up KGB, Russian Roulette, I can do it.
My story on the Blackout album.
What's that?
My story verse on the Blackout album. Shout out to Grump, Fan Biz.
The bad guy. So on this album, I purposely think what is different enough that people will still listen to and get, but way not what they are doing.
So then let's talk about that, because it's a comic book album, and one thing I know about comic books, the hero goes against either the establishment or the corruption within the establishment to bring order.
There you go. Down somewhere.
And Comic Cons actually tackles very serious issues in hip hop. And 3 of your songs actually encompass that. And I wanted to ask both of you intently if that was the direction of the songs. We can go to the 3. Is that all right with you? We can do that now?
You can skip around.
Okay, let's start with one of the singles. Wonderous Remix is a fabulous song. And shout out to Gail Simone, one of the writers from Wonder Woman, who gave you a shout out.
Hi, Gail.
Okay. Now, Comic Con's Wonder Woman's Wondrous Fangirl Remix showed what a female's art can be. And in hip hop, we don't see the female because they're not being engaged and promoted. Also, when we talk about hip hop history, we always talk about, all right, Cool Herc, Grandmaster Flash. Nobody really goes out their way to talk about Sylvia Robinson, who deserves a documentary herself. When we talk about BDP, how many people really talk about Heather B and Miss Melody? When we talk about Ruthless Records, who really talks about JJ Fad? And that's what I mean. Like, even when we talk about who's the greatest MCs of all time, and you got women out here who could spank these niggas behinds in the game.
Lauryn Hill, you stupid. Like, you can't even put Lauryn Hill in the female category. You gotta put her in the male category. She's an MC.
Why does there have to be a male and female category, period? Even with comic books, the issue has been who's gonna make the first female superhero movie? And DC did it with Wonder Woman, and it's a blockbuster hit. Was it your design that, you know what? We need women on here. Because in the comic book world, women hold it down too. Was that the plan? Was that like a structured thing that you wanted to put in there to show the females' power as well?
Themes. This album is, like I said, this album is intricate. You take it on face value, you enjoy it. This album is intricate. One theme of this album is NJ hip hop unity. tried to reach out to different clips that represented different sounds. Now that's period on the album. With this particular song, you know, first and foremost, I want to work with the Gata Negra. I had just met her recently. I wanted to work out where there was a song with her. Doing a Wonderous song with just me and her did not make sense. Serenity, who had appeared in another song, Secret Star War Crisis, had asked to be in an additional song, so now we have two. Of course, we got Deluxe from Headphone Therapy, we got three. I was going to end it there. This is what I mean by collaborative efforts. And it's like, yo, if you're going to do a female cipher, then let's do a female cipher. Let's make a list of dope female MCs. Let's get them on the song, you know? NJ Hip Hop Unity, you know, socialization goes both ways. I'm a shy dude, I'm over in the corner, I'm usually with my clip. You know, Headphone Therapy is something that gets me out of this. KGB is not known for being sociable. So I don't know these girls, but these women. But Stan encourages me to hit them up. He knows some of them. We hit them up. There's not too many no's. There's a lot of yeses. They all agree to do 10 bars, which is something rare. You know, we take it to the studio, push buttons, push it together, and it's something that I didn't even dream of happening. You had to see it build from one verse to three verses to six to what it is.
Well, Stan, I mean, in the comic book industry, like we said, females are not properly represented to me. But thank God Marvel took it upon themselves to try to go the extra length. Because we always know about Storm. Black Widow didn't get popular until the Avengers movie. She was there, but she wasn't popular. You know what I'm saying? And we knew more about Mary Jane, who was the love interest, than Gwen Stacy, who's now the hero. And now in the remodification of comics to fit diversity, we have Miss Marvel from Jersey City, another. So Stan, even with Marvel putting in the diversity, like we were saying, with the different heroes, since you talked about how the song was built and constructed, how important was it for you to have a marriage of different females with different styles on that song?
Very important. That's like how I make my music. You know, you can't. It's like you said. It was the whole unity aspect of it, and from the beginning, you know, like you said, you got one person, then went on to the next. So I basically thought of this female roller coaster. Again, that's a reference to how I make my music. I like to make roller coasters. So you got 6 different styles that just hits you from each and every angle. So that's basically how I looked at the song, how it was coming along after you got 2 females. All right, let's put some more.
It's like a different part of the beat for every style. Number one, you gotta understand, if you listen to the beat, it's not hip hop, it's disco hip hop.
It's like, right? It's a whole different sound.
Beat. It's a disco beat with hip hop flavor. Like we have Beach Boy music with hip hop flavor. We got like a jazz sound with hip hop flavor. Like I said, there's many levels and many things of the album. By the way, without this man, without Push Buttons, nobody was thinking about doing a video for that, you know?
Great video.
I just said, I love and respect all of these females, all right? These are queens. But to think about trying to get all these people that you don't associate with all together at one time with the videographer to do the video, it's these people that push me and say, yo, you're not doing a video for that? That should be one of the first videos. Let's make that happen. Let's make it happen now. And, you know, we did it.
But you know
Shout out to Al Boogie.
But you know what's sexy about that song? And I mean sexy in the most vulgar term. That song draws you in. And shout out to Mr. Ipkiss in front of me, because I had a female listen to the song and she cried. She cried off the song because she was like, I don't remember, because the music brought the emotions out before they rhymed. Because not only was it memories and nostalgia, but she said, I haven't heard a song this good since the Freedom song from the Panther soundtrack. And she was like, I can't tell you when the last time I heard this many women on a track. And I said, what about Brandy I Want to Be Down remix? She was like, nah, not like this. This is a statement song. I said, wait a minute. You mean to tell me the Brat and Total and Foxy Brown and them couldn't, you know. And she's like, no. She said, this song is a statement song. You brought a woman to tears. Because, like I said, she heard the, you know, if you hear, what about the Wonder Woman bracelet? That's Wu-Tang. It's like, all right, it's a rap song. But then everybody's waiting for it. She was like, and she's to start, you know. It was a miraculous thing. And,
like I said, we do more than just music. Or you're not doing music if you're not changing emotions. Like, everything doesn't have to be happy be in the club. Everything doesn't have to be lust. Those songs are good too. But, you know, this song, and shout out to E. Pache, shout out to Shalido and Miss Reese. Like, the queens did their thing. There was no competition. You know, you got to know they weren't in the studio at the same time. They gave you zero problems in the studio. They just came through and were just really happy to be part of the song. Now, let me ask you, because to us, it's like, you know, we just creating, we experiment with something. Why do you say it's such a monumental song?
Because we don't have females getting that push. And I had more when a song makes conversation as a statement, you know it did something.
I will say I was brave enough to say, you know what, let them have the song. It's my song, it's good. Like, this is what I want to hear. You know, I stepped out of their way to let them do their thing.
That's what I was going to commend you for also. So you put this up perfectly.
The verse for me would have sounded right on the song. I think it would have ruined the song. So.
Me too. And the thing was, because even if as a remix, it doesn't matter. It's your project. Your voice should be on it. But for you to at least step back and say, yo, now y'all need to hear them because the ladies got something to say. That's a very valuable part of hip-hop that's missing.
Yo, I'm proud of my state. I'm proud of New Jersey hip-hop music. I follow all of these ladies for a long time. I'm glad that, you know, and I hope they keep it on, you know? I want to hear more all-female songs. I want to hear more all-kid songs. I want to hear more Jersey music, period.
Well, on this segment, I'll just say this much. You two got compliments that I didn't even think about from the song. Women's empowerment, positive imagery, inspiration. But then a woman critiqued y'all on hip-hop, and I don't know too many women that critique hip-hop. And this blew me out the water. And don't take this as a slight choice of words, but this is what she said. Stan Ipkiss reminds me of a poor man's DR period mixed with the RZA. Because of how you hear sounds and the power in the drum line, the drums. Deuce H. Wood sounds like the preacher who hit you when you're bad. So his voice is strong. And if you don't listen, you're going to miss the message. So believe me, that song is a statement of hip-hop because, number one, it's creative, but you let the ladies have some say in the genre, and that's very important.
My presence in the church is fun of us. She tremendous, it's wondrous. On you. Doing it well. Make the X's fold.